Power 104.1, the Source, Memphis #1 Southern Soul and R&B station. This is your man, Tate Jones, on the microphone. Say it with me now, Tate Jones on the microphone. And I'm so excited right now about the guest we got this afternoon. I've been talking to this guy for a little while, and I've been trying to get him in the studios, but we finally got him in the Power studio. You know, at Power 104.1, the Source, we love playing local artists. Yes, we do. I'm talking about not only Memphis, but the Mid-South area. We consider them local artists. But, you know, sometimes you start at one level and you definitely move up to the next. So, ladies and gentlemen, after we take a few commercial breaks, we will be back with the life of the party. I'm talking about Memphis' own Gerald Richardson.
Yeah.
So y'all go tell a friend to tell another friend that Tate Jones is on the microphone. Pause there. Power 104.1, the Source, Memphis #1 Southern Soul and R&B station. This is your man, Tate Jones, on the microphone. Say it with me now, Tate Jones on the microphone. And I'm glad to have everybody tuning in this Sunday afternoon. Oh, we got a guest right here that I'm really, really excited about. He is not only a friend of mine, he is my fraternity brother. Would y'all please give a warm round of applause for Mr. Gerald Richardson.
Yeah, what it do, team?
Man, I'm supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's how I'm feeling today to get you in the Power studio. My.
I'm in the building.
Yes, you are. You in the Power studios today, bro. I mean, you see, we're definitely representing right here. We got the colors back there, you know, Omega definitely representing in the house today.
Yes, sir.
Well, Gerald, you are a hometown favorite, I would say, and you have definitely moved well beyond being called hometown favorite. But when you're at home, hey, you're a hometown favorite. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So I know there's a lot of people around this Memphis and Mid-South area that know who Gerald Richardson is, because you've been on the scene for a minute now, man.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I've been watching you, and you're moving. You are definitely moving. But just in case, we got some listeners out there that's not from Memphis, that's not from the Mid-South, they're listening to us online. Could you go ahead and give us a brief intro, synopsis, as we say in college, who Gerald Richardson is?
Oh, dog. I appreciate it. First off, man, thank you for having me. Thank God for allowing us to be here, man.
Amen.
So I'm Memphis born and bred, man, all the way out of Orange Mound, Tennessee. Went to high school at White Station, man. I lived 2 minutes from Melrose. I got bused to White Station, man. But I'm born, man, 1970s, baby. You know, raised right here in the M-Town. I've been doing this thing for a minute. My parents both were musicians, artists. So I got it honestly, man. And dude, this is home. You know, I get a chance to travel abroad, man, all over the world and do this thing, but there's no place like home, brother.
I think that's what Dorothy said. I think she put her heels together 3 times.
She clicked her heels.
Ain't nowhere like home.
No place like home.
No place like home.
No place like M-Town.
Oh, yeah, man. Well, one of the things that I hear a lot, and I already know it's true about you too, is that a lot of the musicians and artists that I interview, where do you think they got this started?
Church, baby.
Amen. Somebody say
church,
amen.
Baby.
One more
Amen.
time. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I think I first seen you were singing with that male chorus out there.
At Brown Baptist.
There you go. There you go.
Under the leadership of Dr. Bartholomew Orr.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You know I grew up down in Jackson, Tennessee, and I was always crazy about the male chorus in my home church. You know, my father and all my uncles sung in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matter of fact, my father's baby brother, he was the musician.
Okay.
My Uncle David. Yeah. And he had a piano at his home. So, you know, I used to stay there a lot when I was younger. So, you know, I was trained on the trombone, as far as musically inclined, being taught on that. But when I would go over there, I would get on that piano. I heard somebody, I think it was the marquee, so he said, that piano. I said, what is that? I said, man, do you mean piano? I was like, you from Memphis? Right. You know. But man, you know, when I would come home from elementary or from junior high, I would go there and I'd bang on that piano, man, and I was able to sound it out, you know, just hear it from play it by ear.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wasn't just taught on the piano, but I could use my little knowledge of being in the band with that trombone and, you know, peck on them keys. Now they sound out. Mary had a little lamb, you know. Started out with the simple stuff, you know. And I worked my way on back up. So again, back to Mr. Richardson.
Yes,
now,
sir.
you started in the church, and tell us about that. Tell us about your singing gospel.
Wow. Like I told you, man, my parents were gospel recording artists, man. My mom was the best singer in the world.
There you go.
They both passed away, man, but they instilled this music thing in us, man. They, like Harvey Watkins would say, they drug us.
There you go.
They drug us from church to church, you know.
Man.
But I too started in the church, man, in the male chorus.
Okay.
And you know, God just blessed, man, and elevated. And when it's a calling, it doesn't matter where you are.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I've been, you know, from the male chorus to Italy, you know, to everywhere, man. It's just amazing when you're operating in your gift and when it's your season.
I agree with you 100% now.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Now, for us coming to, I would say, secular side of music, you know, it's not necessarily, I would say, Southern Soul with you, but, you know, one thing, we know that Southern Soul, it's not a real official genre yet, but hopefully it will be soon.
Oh, man.
I talked to some people that, you know, have that card, that title of being a voting member of the Grammys. And I keep hearing for the last year or so that Southern Soul may be getting a nod, you know. So I hope they do. Because I know when I first started the station, when I was online just looking for a category for the radio station, I saw Southern Gospel, I saw Southern Rock, I saw Soul, saw R&B, I saw Funk, but there was no Southern Soul.
Wow.
You know, it really wasn't, you know. And so, you know, when the Grammy recognized it, that's just going to be more for the whole community.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
and there's so many amazing artists that identify as Southern Soul, man. Dude, I've got one record that I'm working on, and it's going to be in that category. But man, I just listened to some of the artists. It is some dope artists in there.
It really is
already, bro.
It really is.
I don't want to call no names, but I'm listening to you. Believe it.
It's so many of them, man. It is so many of them. Let me just make a statement here. I had a collage made. Okay. You know, and on this collage, at the top of the collage, it has a lot of different Southern Soul singers. Okay. You know, and starting midway, the collage started having R&B singers in it. You know, and you know. You can't get everybody. No. You can't get everybody. You can't get everybody at all. But it's kind of funny to me that I just witnessed something that has happened to me twice with this same image that I paid to have produced. Mm-hmm. I'm online and I see somebody that put their logo on top of my logo.
No way.
Didn't change nothing else about the image.
No way.
And said something about Southern Soul. I said, oh no. We're not going to do that.
No
way.
Tim.
You know, I gave him a little publicity, but not too much. And I was telling him, I was like, man, it's really funny how somebody could take your artwork, put it on their page, and think that's right. Yeah. So I just put in the comments, I said, hashtag copycat, hashtag phony, hashtag ceased and assist.
Oh, wow.
And we'll see where we need to go from there.
Exactly.
You can't just be taking none from Tate Jones on the microphone.
Tate Jones,
you know, I'm like, goodness.
Wow.
And that's what a lot of people have to realize. They really think it's just so simple to come over to the Southern Soul. You can just step over and say, I'm Southern Soul, but it takes more than that. Yeah. It takes more than that. You know, I've been doing my research, and basically I've found out just on a I would say R&B or rap side, I was looking for a number to push one song nationally.
Okay.
Okay. And the number I keep hearing is about 250,000 to really push it nationally.
Yeah.
So of course, Southern Soul, we really not at that point. But when I help people that email me or DM, hey, how can I get my music on your station?
Yeah.
And I say, oh yeah, we have a advertising campaign for new and upcoming artists.
Wow.
And I think it's a very minimum cost because one of the goals for me to start the station was to elevate the local artists and make it affordable for the mom and pop shops to get on these FCC airwaves. That's my target market. Of course we want the big boys too, but I want to make it work for the small mom and pop shops.
That's true.
And when I send them that automatic response on Facebook, sometimes I get an insect that come back. I'm talking about crickets.
Oh, wow.
So, because I'm figuring out how you're going to make music and you're not going to promote yourself.
Yeah.
And you don't have a team.
You're not going to invest in yourself.
That's why
you want somebody else to invest in. Well, it doesn't work like that.
It really doesn't. And then also when they come to the site, I go to the Facebook page and send me a DM and it says, how can I get the music to you? And I know if you go on anybody's Facebook page that have a professional profile, it said info.
Yeah.
In my info, there's a number, there's a couple of emails.
Okay.
And so that makes me think, is this person really serious?
Yeah.
Are they doing their research?
Yeah.
Or they just want somebody just to give them something?
Yeah.
Well, life don't work that way.
It does not. And one thing I could say is it's a learning experience, all across the board, even as a startup artist. There are a lot of things that I didn't know as an artist starting up. I had to ask a lot of questions. I had to be in a lot of different rooms just to listen, not to talk, just to listen. Now I get a chance to talk. I'm on Power 104.1, the source right now. I get a chance to talk because I listened earlier. Right, I didn't know everything back then. So now that I've learned some things, I get a chance and an opportunity to say, hey, look, this is how I did it, or this is what it takes, or this is how you're supposed to present your product. So, I've learned, but it took me going into those rooms not knowing and being humble enough to ask a question and say, hey, how do I do this, right?
That's key right there. And you and me both know about being humble.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that is true. Some of the upcoming artists, a lot of times they will not get played on, I would say, corporate radio stations because the proper way to mix and master their songs. So now I do want this radio station and this program that we have here on Sunday to be about educating those artists.
Nice.
Because I'm going to tell them, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. This ain't the way to do that.
Yes.
But just continue to listen to the station and we're going to educate you on that because I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to have people on here that's way more experienced than me to talk about it, like yourself.
Nice.
I'm new at it, but I done learned a lot since we've been on the air, brother.
It's a lot to learn, bro.
It really is, especially on the legal side.
Oh, yeah.
A good friend of mine, Jay Lake, he talk about that legal side of it a whole lot. Be a steward of that. Know what this means.
Yeah.
Know what that means. And I know this music industry is really changing.
Hey, man, it's dogmatic out here, man. So the performance is the easiest part of the business. Okay. That's what you know how to do. Right? When you get to the legal and the business side, that's where the real work comes in at, man. Knowing how to present your music, knowing what it takes to copyright your music, knowing what it takes to register your music, how to promote your music. It's such a business, and I'm forever learning. I too have reached out to Jay Lake. You know what I mean? Hey, bro, what about this? You know what I mean? So and that's what it takes. If you can't build those relationships, bro, it's going to be a short-lived career. So,
I agree, 100%. Relationships is everything.
Yeah.
In everything.
Yeah, bro.
They mean a lot. I was talking to a promoter the other weekend, and that's what he was sharing with me. I said, I agree with you 100%. I second that emotion, relationships. Yeah. Me being a sales guy, I know relationships are everything.
Yeah, everything.
Now let's get back to you after these commercials. We're going to take a commercial break right here. We definitely got to go take care of some bills right here. But we'll be right back on the Tate Jones Show with my fraternity brother, Mr. Gerald Richardson. by 104.1 The Source, Memphis #1 Southern Soul and R&B station. You're listening to the Tate Jones Show right here on Power. And we got Mr. Gerald Richardson in here. And we were just about to get before the commercial breaks to talk about his music. And my question to you, Gerald, what was the first song that you did and you got a little recognition from it? Not a cover song, but one of your songs.
One of my original songs.
Yes, sir.
So, man, my first single was called Naturally, produced by the late, great Jonathan Richman. Man, such a gem to the music community, not just locally, but internationally, man. So he produced my first single called Naturally. And just recently, I'm going to tell you, man, that was 6 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Just recently, this past September 25, I won an award for that song in Sacramento, California.
Wow. Hold on.
Yeah.
You gotta give your flowers, bro.
Hey, man, appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
But that's what it looks like to persevere. Just to continuously go for it, man. Here I thought, okay, I released that song 6 years ago. Let's move on to the next 2 or 3 singles. And they double back. And I'm in the South, bro.
Right.
I'm deep in the South.
Wow.
But it goes to show how far your music can reach if you properly distribute it.
There you go.
Right? If you distribute it properly. And man, my sound is hot and heavy on the West Coast. And you have to follow the market. So September of last year, man, I received an award for my first single, which was 6 years ago.
Wow.
It's amazing.
It really is.
It doesn't go unnoticed because now they're rushing me. Hey, send me everything you got, right? And I got a chance to go out to the award show to perform another single that I had recently released. They called me a couple weeks ago and said, hey, look, get ready to come back because that song is in hot and heavy rotation.
I like that.
So, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So it was my first single, Naturally, man. That's my baby.
Okay. So Naturally is your first single. Now, I got to go back to Jay Lake. I always mention him because, he's like one of the one-stop shop places. Okay. When it comes to music.
Yeah.
Okay. We know you perform and you sing. Mm-hmm. So do you write or do you produce also?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Okay.
I write all of my songs, man. I've actually started writing for other artists. I haven't presented for them, but I could hear, their voices on these songs.
Right.
A couple of them are Southern Soul artists. Like I haven't had the connection, but I've already written the song.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I write and produce, man.
Well, that sounds good right there because I done had so many artists to come to me about some things in the music industry. And I was saying, I'm trying to hold off. I want to hold off on that. I want to get the radio station going more like what I really see it doing. Mm-hmm. But it might not be able to hold off. And with that being said, hey, I'm going to be looking for some writers. I can tell you that.
Good.
Definitely going to be looking for some writers.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, LAC Media Inc., who is the parent company of Power 104. We got some irons in the fire.
I'm available, brother.
Leave it at that.
I'm available.
Don't give me that. Yeah.
It's such a gift, man, for somebody other than myself to really take hold to something that God gave me and say, hey, man, I appreciate that. Can you play that? Or what can I buy that? It's a joy, man, to make people feel the way I feel with a gift that God gave me, bro.
Okay. Now, one thing I noticed since I've been in this industry, I'm paying attention to all the news. I'm paying attention to what they're doing in Washington. Mm-hmm. I'm paying attention to AI.
Okay.
So there's a lot going on in this music industry right now that is changing.
Yeah.
Even when you call it a record label.
Yeah.
I mean, we can say record, but maybe we need to start saying recording label because we don't have records anymore. We don't have CDs anymore. And it's almost like I've heard one guy say that they're not really record companies anymore. They're data storing companies, IP storing companies now.
Yeah.
So with that being said, do you have any comment on what you see going on in the industry now and what the future we're looking at?
I think the future is bright. I really do. I'm an old school artist, man. I like getting in the booth and creating. You understand?
Yes.
I like mixing. I like mastering. Because it really defines who you are as an artist. Like you could actually hear that work that was put into that sound. Now with AI, I don't think we can run from it. I really don't. I think there is going to be a place for just that specifically. Now, Power 104.1, I do believe it's going to be old school artists like myself that can actually sustain their viability and their career with radio stations like this one. However, I think AI is on the move, man.
It's definitely on the move in so many different markets. Man.
Yeah, I just did a show Saturday, and the young lady that won that it has the #1 single right now is an AI artist.
I've heard that.
Okay,
I can tell you what it was, but I've heard that.
I was on a show with her Saturday.
Really?
Right. Amazing. She told me her story. It's amazing. She said she was not an artist, but she's a creator. And I think that's what AI has done. It has opened the door for creators, right? You could be as creative as you want to be and still have a career. Yeah. And I heard her say on the panel, she said she didn't think that she would actually record a song herself, but her AI character is going to remain.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Scary. It's concerning. It's all of the things above. You know.
And I'm gonna say it can be concerning. However, if you stick to your plan, right, you don't have to deviate. You don't have to say, okay, I'm going straight to AI. Stick to the plan.
You know, my loyal listeners know that the word for 2026 that I mentioned, January the 1st, starts with a C, ends with a Y. Consistency. Consistency. That's a word for 2026.
Yeah.
So just kind of piggyback on what you just said.
Yeah.
You got to be consistent. You got to stay on the fight. You know, like I said, you know, me being a new radio station around here, I'm going up against the big dogs, independently owned, you know. I got to stay in the fight.
That's right.
You know, I got to persevere, you know, until the end. I'm giving up and stop and quitting. That is not an option because I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see where it's going, and I'm trying to make it there for real. Just trying to make it there. But what we're going to do now, we're going to take another commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to have a live performance by Mr. Gerald Richardson. So y'all stay tuned right here on Power 104.1 Source.
Okay.
This last segment. All right, that was a hell of a performance right there, man. You rocked that thing. Oh man, now they see why you the life of the party.
Come on, baby,
man,
come on.
Your thing. Woo, man, I'm glad to have you doing it right here live in the Power Studios for us one time. So everybody, you know, you can go to our website. It's power1041thesource.com. Or you can put in Power 1041 The Source on Facebook, and you can check out these performances. We're going to have a live for you. Now, Jerry, I really appreciate you taking time coming here in the Power Studios.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's a lot of fake pages out there, and I always have to preach it. Always a lot of fake pages. I just told you about my situation.
Yes, sir.
About that artwork. So what I want you to do, I want you to let everyone know, in the sound of my voice, online and listening right here on the radio, how they can follow you and keep up with what you're doing.
Most definitely, team. So you can follow me at Gerald Richardson on Facebook, Gerald1061 on Instagram, Gerald Richardson 84 on TikTok. Hey man, listen, YouTube, Gerald Richardson 84. Come on, man. Follow me.
Follow him.
Follow me. I got a hot single coming, brother.
Yeah, we're going to talk about
that,
man. Now, one thing I want to talk about real quick before we get out of here. Tell people who you sing with nationally.
Oh, wow. Man, I have been a proud member of the band, international band, Cameo, for 7 years.
Did y'all hear that? The locals from Orange Mound, Tennessee.
Mound, yeah.
Been singing with the legendary Cameo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 7 years, bro. It's amazing. It's amazing. And you were talking about the industry earlier. You know, just to be next to these guys, to learn from 30, 40-year vets in the game, to understand how to prepare for a show, how to follow through, how to create a show. It doesn't go unnoticed, man. And what I try and do is bring it back to the Memphis community and say, hey, man, if you want a successful show, this is something that I've seen work for myself. And I just try to get a game away.
That's good. That's good. And man, I'm telling you, when you work with veterans like that, you can't do nothing but absorb their knowledge.
That's right.
Now tell us about this hot new single.
Oh my God. Hey man, y'all gotta check this one out. I'm dropping this single, man, and it's almost taboo to do it on the day of, but I'm dropping this single on February 14th. The single is called Love Song. This is for all of my sexy ladies. All of my sexy ladies, man. Ladies, if you feel sexy, this is your song. Now, my guys, you got to get this song for your ladies, man. Love Song. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. It will end your night perfectly if you play this jam. 99 cents. It'll be available on all digital platforms, bro.
Y'all heard that right here on Power 104.
Yes, sir.
Get ready for that new hot single right there.
Yeah.
Hot. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we really appreciate y'all tuning in on the Tate Jones Show on this Sunday afternoon with my special guest, Mr. Gerald Richardson. And I know y'all enjoyed that live performance. You'll better go online to see that really soon. So, Gerald, I'm Tate Jones on the microphone.
Yeah.
Is there any way I can get you to say that with me? Tate Jones on the microphone. Pop 104.1, the source, Memphis #1 Southern Soul and R&B station. Until next Sunday to the Tate Jones Show, I'll see you. But also, y'all know I'm on Monday through Friday.
Yes, sir.
4 to 6, right here. Oh, those shows during the week are off the chain. And man, I'm sure y'all vibing to that new theme song that Mr. Sam and Al Capizzi did for me, you know. Tate Jones on the microphone. Until next Sunday, we're out.